Good morning, children. In my previous video, I have explained you this chapter, Words of Wonder. We have also done book exercise 1. There we have done reader portion. So children, here we are going to do all the grammar portions. So let's start. In the first slide, we will learn about nouns and their types. So children, you know what is a noun? Noun is a naming word, or you can say noun is a name of a person, place, animal and thing. And children, it has different parts. So let's learn here about common noun first. So from the name only you can tell. Common noun means what? Name of a common person or specific, not specific, which is not specific. Okay, common noun means which is not specific. Or when we talk about some general person, place, animal or thing. So common noun is a name of any person, place, animal or thing. Example, boy, book, cat, dog, library, ship. Here we are talking about any boy or any book. It's not specific, it's general. The second one is proper noun. So it is the special name of a person, place, animal or thing. Like Michael. Suppose the name of a boy is Michael. Name of the book is Matilda. Name of the country is Africa. Name of the dog is Tuffy. Okay, name of the monument is Taj Mahal. So they are proper names. They are special names. They are particular names. So they are proper noun. Next one is collective noun. See children, collective noun is a collection of persons, animals and things. Yes, don't forget that places, we cannot collect places. So please don't mention places here. So you can say collective noun denotes a group of individuals, means persons, animals or things, like a fleet of ships, a team of players, a flock of birds. In the same way children, abstract noun, it denotes an idea, a quality or a state, but children, not a concrete object. Like excitement, fascination, love, freedom, surprise, honesty, laughter, knowledge, all these things will come under abstract noun. There is one more noun, that is material noun, but it's not mentioned here. So here what you have to do children, you have to underline the proper nouns in red, the common nouns in blue, the collective nouns in green and the abstract nouns in black. So let's start. Last month. Children, I will not read the whole sentence in one go. Okay, we will break the sentence and we will read. Last month. So month, its name. But which name? Common name, because the name of the month is not mentioned. So it's common noun. So let's underline it with blue color. I went to Andaman Island. So it's a name of a place. So it will go in red. With my parents. Again it's a common noun. So blue. There was a noisy flock of tourists. Flock of tourists. So it will go collective noun on the flight. Flight is a common noun. My brother. See children, brother, it's a common noun. Raghu, it's the name of a boy, name of his brother, so it's proper noun, so it will go in red. Booked the best resort. Resort is the name of a place, but it's common noun because name is not mentioned. So blue color will go. For the family, again family will go in red, blue color because it common noun, it is common noun. Seeing the pristine beaches filled me with amazement. See children, pristine means what? Means you can say original. There is no change. Okay. And beaches, there is no name of the beach. So it is common noun. So blue color will go. Amazement, it's telling your feeling. You are amazed. So it is showing your thought also. So it will go in black color because it is abstract noun. Schools of fish swam in the sea. So schools of fish is a collective noun. Sea is a common noun. I still remember the joy we felt. So we are talking here about happiness. Joy is a happiness. Okay. So it will go in black color as it is an abstract noun. And could hear our laughter echoing. Again laughter. It is a great feeling when we are happy. Okay. It is showing happiness. So again it is abstract noun. So it will go in black color. Now here what you have to do, you have to fill in the blanks as directed. One has been done for you children. Honesty is a virtue. Honesty is an abstract noun children. And what is the meaning of virtue? I have just written so that I can tell you. It's a behavior showing high moral standards. So honesty is a virtue. Now next is dash is home to the Eiffel Tower. So you have to write here proper nouns. So children, everyone knows where is Eiffel Tower. It's in Paris. Rabindranath Tagore was a great. You have to write here common noun. So we know he's a poet. So poet is a common noun. A dash of bees buzzed angrily outside my window. So what is the collective noun for bees, children? A swarm of bees. His life was full of hardship and dash. You have to write here abstract noun. So for life we can write here anxiety, because here we are hardship. We are saying that a person is a person whose life is full of hardship. So anxiety is the best answer here, I think. You can write something else also, no problem. Oscar Wilde is remembered for his dash of essays and plays. So children, what is the collective noun for essays and plays? You can write works. Now vocabulary. See here, it's written collocations. What is the meaning of collocations? Let's learn with the help of examples. Read these expressions from the story. Make a note. So it doesn't mean that you have to set a note. Note means what? Currency. We call it note also. So you don't have to set your currency kept in the purse. But make a note means you have to write down something so you can remember that. Now hanker after. So hanker after, you can say to have a strong wish for something. Devouring a book doesn't mean eating a book. Okay, it means to read books or literature quickly and eagerly. Suppose you love to read like Matilda. So she was devouring a book. She was reading the book anxiously. So hot chocolate, yes, it doesn't mean warm chocolate. We have learned she made a mug of hot chocolate. So a hot drink made by mixing milk or water, children, with chocolate powder. That is hot chocolate. Now look at some more expressions. Yes, fast food, it's so famous, everyone knows, but it doesn't mean it is a quick food, children. It's fast food means what? It is easily prepared processed food, and most of the restaurant you will see it's written fast food is available here. Chili, chow mein and all that. So next is take an exam. It's not give an exam. See children, it's very important. Take an exam means it is for students. When a student is saying he is taking an exam, it means he is going and writing an exam. Okay, to clear the paper. But give an exam means it is for teacher. It means a person is an examiner there and is giving an exam. So this is the difference. Take an exam is for student. Give an exam is for a teacher. Okay, now light SARS. It doesn't mean mild SARS. It means a brief or usually light fall of rain. When it is drizzling, you can say. Yes, heavy rain, what does it mean? Heavy rain means it doesn't mean strong rain. When it is raining heavily, like now children in this season, okay, it will rain heavily. Now these are examples of collocations. A collocation is a group of words that are often used together. Like here we can see with a note, we have written make a note. With food, fast food. So these are collocations. Let us see more examples. Remember these points. Certain adjectives collocate with certain nouns, like strong tea. Some persons like strong tea, like I want a strong black tea. So this is a good combination. Heavy traffic. Loud voice. Certain verbs collocate with certain nouns. Children, these words, words you have already heard and learnt also. I think we use these things in our daily life also. Like make an effort. When you are doing something, we say please make an effort. When you are studying, then also, and you are not scoring good marks, then also we can say make an effort. Commit a crime, crack a joke, and certain see children, in first one, T is noun, strong is adjective. In the same way, second one, an effort. Okay, it is noun, but make is verb. Crime or crime is a noun, commit is verb. In the same way, here confidential, highly confidential means you cannot share this with anyone. Fine. So here adverbs are used with adjectives. Like bitterly cold. Cold is an adjective. Bitterly is adverb. In the same way, perfectly normal. Normal is adjective. A person is normal. So normal is adjective, but a person is perfectly normal. So perfectly is an adjective. Sorry, adverb. Now certain adverbs collocate with certain verbs. See, distinctly remember. So remember is verb and distinctly is adverb here. So it means to remember something in a definite and clear way. Now second is flatly refuse. Means directly refuse. Okay, to say something in a direct and certain way. And firmly believe means strong belief, children. Okay, believe is a verb and firmly is adverb. Now fill in the blanks to form collocations. Choose from the options given. My grandfather is a dash sleeper. So we cannot write serial sleeper, serial killer. Sound sleeper, yes. We cannot write big sleeper. It is a golden dash. If you miss it, you will regret it. Yes, it's such a famous word, children. It is a golden opportunity. She seemed interested in buying the house, but at the last moment she changed her mind. Although I was dash annoyed by her attitude, I said nothing. So what you can write here, options are moderately, lightly and slightly. So slightly is the best option. If you park your car there, you will have to dash a fine. So children, you all are familiar with this. You will have to pay a fine. I dash believe that Sheena is speaking the truth. So I sincerely believe. When you have trust on someone, so you can use this word, sincerely believe. Now you have to match to form collocations. One has been done for you, like utterly ridiculous. Make and second one, yes, make an acquaintance. Third one, excruciating pain. Okay, means great pain, you are suffering. And make an acquaintance means to know something, knowledge. Acquaintance means knowledge. Do a favor, keep a secret, and softly whisper. Children, this is very simple. You can do it on your own also. Now, yeah, it is a debate time. Do you prefer watching television or reading a book? Give reasons for your answer. Hold a debate in class discussing the advantages and disadvantages of both. Suppose you are talking about television, so you can compare from a book, that when we are reading book, we can just make visuals in our mind. But when we are watching a television, we can see everything happening. In book we can read about Africa, right? But when we are watching television, we can see Africa, we can see its culture, all the beautiful places. Suppose take example of Kerala. So when you are reading a book about Kerala, so it will tell about your backwaters, all the culture, the festival Onam, the elephants, so many things. But when you are watching it, you can see everything moving and you will understand it in a better way. So children, it's depend on you what you choose and how are you discussing. So you can do it at your home with your parents. Okay, that what do they like, choose one topic, either watching television or reading a book, and you can tell the advantages and disadvantages of both. Now come here, pronunciation, vowel and consonant sounds. Children, you know what is vowel and consonant and the alphabets used in that. This is a book exercise which you have to do. Circle the word in each group that does not contain the same initial sound, the starting sound, children, vowel sound. So one has been done for you, like when we are saying fear. Fear is the second one, and third one is fire. So this is different, it is circle, already done. So let's do the second one. Dust, fast, must. So here dust and must, they are giving the same initial sound. The fast is different. Now ball, fall, more is, children, when I am speaking these words, easily you can understand that which is the different one. So more has different pronunciation sound. Moon, blood, spoon. So moon and spoon, they are giving the same sound, and blood has giving a different sound. Blind, crime, limp. So blind and crime, blind, crime, limp. Limp is giving different sound. Now here, there, stare. So children, see here, there and stare, there and stare. So yes, so children, here stare is different. Why? Because when we are saying here and there, they are giving the sound of E, but it is giving the sound of A. Okay, now come to cross out the word in each group that does not contain the same initial consonant sound. One has been done for you. When you are saying these, thought, do, these and thought, it is giving the sound of th, and these, do, they are giving the sound of the. So this is different. Now, vision, boss and sick. See children, vision, v, v, and boss, b, they have similar sound, but sick, sir, it is different sound. So s. Wall, John, wind. So wall, wind, they are giving the consonant sound, similar consonant sound, but John is different, it is giving the sound of D. School, church and chair. So obviously church, they are giving the same sound, church and chair, but school is giving different sound. Jaw, judge, get. So jaw, jaw, judge, jaw, but get is giving different sound. Now again, weather, what and village, village. Weather, what, were. So they are giving same sound. Village, were, is giving different sound. Okay. Spelling. Now listen to your teacher spell the words he or she reads out. So we will not do this one. Now writing part, children. Write a review of a book you have read recently. While writing the review, remember to include an introduction of the book along with its title and author. See children, you have already told me that you have read so many books, story books about the and you have also read Matilda also, and you have watched the movie also. So children, here what you have to do, whatever book you have read, please you have to write the review of it. And how will you write the review? First you have to write the introduction of the book. Please write its title first and their author below its author. Then the genre of the book, whether it is a book based on mystery, fantasy, adventure or horror, drama, you can write all these things. A brief summary of the plot means in short you have to write, don't give away too much, write in short. Comments on the book's strengths and weaknesses. When you were reading book, then maybe it has come in your mind that this part should not be there, or this should be there, or what is the strength of the book. So you can easily write this. Your personal opinion of the book. In personal opinion you can write whether the plot is engaging or not, means you are occupied or not, or when you start reading the book, then you want to read more pages or not. So it is engaging or not. You have to write whether the author's style is appealing, means it is attractive or not, the way of his writing, the way of the words he has portrayed, having the characters been developed well, or which is your favorite character and why. All these things you can write, and a conclusion at the last. Why did you like the book? Now there is one activity. Let's build a class library. Very nice activity children. Bring one storybook that you love and wish to share with others. Put it in a cupboard in your classroom. In this way, each student should contribute their favorite books to build a class library, and you could take turns to look after your class library. So what you can do when the school will get reopened, children, not now. Suppose there are 35 students in your class. So everyone will bring one book. Okay. And suppose there are 35 books. So the other students will get 34 days if they are taking one book every day. Then 34 means in 1 month they can complete, not 1 month because Sundays are also there, means 1.5 months they can complete. So again after 2 months again you can keep the books, you can change the books. So in this way what will happen, you will become habitual also to read the books, and you will get so many information, so many good knowledge. Okay, now reading for pleasure. See, the names of the books are written here. Read these books related to reading and imagination. Ink Heart, Ink Spell and Ink Death by Cornelia Funk. See children, these are 3 different books. Don't think Ink Heart, Ink Spell and Ink Death, they are one book. No, they are different books. Okay, let me tell about one by one. Ink Heart is a 2003 young adult fantasy novel. Okay, and it is the first book of the Ink Heart trilogy. Means 3 books are there, that is why it is known as trilogy, which was continued with Ink Spell and Ink Death. Fine. The novel won the 2004 Book Sense Book of the Year award for children's literature. Children, just imagine. And then Ink Spell has come in 2005. It is also a young adult fantasy novel by Cornelia Funk, and it was named the 2006 Book Sense Book of the Year in the children's literature category. And children, I think all the books are so famous. And Ink Spell, as you know, it is the second novel in Inkheart trilogy. And the third book is Ink Death. It has come in 2007. Okay, and it is the third novel, as you know. So all these books are very famous. Let's talk about Cornelia Funk also. Cornelia Maria Funk is a German author of children's fiction. She was born on 10 December 1958. She is alive, children. Okay, that is why I said is, and she is 62 years now. She was born in Germany. And children, she began her career as a social worker before becoming a book illustrator. So you can get to know more about her. Please, you can get the stories in the internet also, YouTube also. So let's end here, children. I hope you have understood all the book exercise, grammar portion, reader portion, the story, everything. That's all for today, children. Thank you.